So George, I think probably the number one question I get on serving is how do I get more power?
Yeah.
That seems to be the number one concern
Huge
for everybody.
request for players, you know, at all levels, really. So here's what I think about that. A lot of players that have power issues, they don't know how to hit enough power. It's one of two things. First of all, I think the service box itself starts the problem.
Yeah.
They look at this box and they think, man, that's small. So they don't dare to like just let it fly and rip it because they think they're going to miss. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have us try this is, and we'll all three try it.
Sure.
I'm going to just remove the service box completely. I want you guys to try something where you're going to actually serve, and your goal is to serve and make it hit up against that back tarp. Now I'm going to tell you a couple things to do. I want your racket head speed to be a 10 out of 10. I mean, you're swinging as hard as you can. And because you're sending it so far, you're going to need to hit it back a little bit. Your point of contact maybe a couple inches back. Go ahead and let's try that. Just go ahead and let it fly. Just feel what it's like. There's no burden now about getting it in the box. Let's each do several of those.
Okay.
Let it fly. Quite often when you do this, the player cannot hit it. They're so used to hitting in front, or they're so used to kind of, you know, taking their power and controlling it that they never really know what it's like to haul. So I mean a big time 10. I want swing speed like crazy. And hit it behind you further yet so it goes over.
This is the one.
Okay, good. So that's tough. Now, the next progression of this can is this. I want you guys to keep your swing speed at a 10.
Right.
We're never going to waver from that. But I want your point of contact just a little bit more in front. So you're actually going to aim for the green area back there behind the baseline, but still, you know, not at all near the box. So just let it fly. As you're coaching players on this, the huge thing you got to make sure happens is they don't let their swing speed go under 10. You got to just let it fly.
I think we're almost there. We're getting better.
For the first time, a lot of players, this will be the first time they even know what it feels like physically to just wail on a ball.
Right.
Now, we're going to do the same adjustment. We're going to go next step. Swing speed stays at 10. Your point of contact's a little more in front, so you're actually aiming for the no man's land area of the other side.
Got it.
Don't worry about getting it in. You're just wailing. Okay, good. That's it. Wail away, Marty. Ken. Last one's here. Okay, good. So right now, you know, people aren't thinking they're serving. They're thinking they're just kind of working on power. The next progression, the final progression, racket speed stays at 10, but your point of contact a little more in front, and now you're aiming at the service box. And this is where I want to warn the players, because as soon as you do that, their brain goes, that's a serve, and they try to slow up. So the key is the coach is you got to make sure they keep their swing speed at a 10. I'm not concerned if it goes in or not. I'm just checking your ability to change depths over there. So here's one for Marty. Still keep it at a 10, wail away, hit it more in front. Okay, so Ken would go more in front yet. A little bit more in front, Marty. But don't you dare fix this by going slower with your swing speed. You got to keep it at a 10. So this little progression is very helpful. About half the people I do this with have light bulb moment.
Right.
They come and like, oh, I get it. Because if you do it in reverse, if you just start with the box and say hit it in there hard, they miss and they're just too used to it. So as you start them and let them feel what it's like, and just you're trying to teach the player to, instead of fix the ball by going in by slowness and slower racket head speed, which only, it does fix that, but it doesn't really work for against good players. You're going to fix it a different way. You're going to just change your points of contact and your trajectory, and that's a great tip for people who don't have power.
Good power.